Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can create door cups, door edge guards, and rockers using the generic designs we have in the ComputerCut program, and then save it to a particular car that you do. The first thing you want to do is pull up the ClearShield Paint Protection database and then go to Miscellaneous, and then the year, which is only 2000, and then under the model you go to door edge, door cups, and rockers, and you pull up the door edge, door cups, and the rockers, generic versions of them. We'll start with the door edge. We'll just select this one here and hit the cut button, and it pulls it into the plotter dialog window. Select it in the plotter dialog window, and it shows a width of a 1/2 inch and a height of 36 inches. So let's say the height that you want is less than 36, so we'll hit the resize, and you want to keep the width, so we'll just resize it to 33 and click apply and close. And let's say you need 4 of these, so you just make copies of them. Okay, and then I'll hit Control A, which will select all of those, and let's go ahead and align them. So we want to align the tops, so we'll click the top part and click apply, and then the spacing between them, let's say I want to make it a little bit shorter, so we'll click here and click apply, and it applies that spacing in there. So I have the door edges the way I want them. So now I minimize this window and then select the rockers, and I'm not going to take the time to resize this and everything, but you just arrange the rocker in the size that you want, and then minimize this window, and then select a door cup. The most common door cup that we use is probably this one here. So we'll go in and we'll hit the cut, and we'll pull the door cup up here, and we'll highlight it, and it gives us the width and the height right here. So what you'll want to do is go in and measure the width and the height of the door cup that you want to use in there. So let's just say it's a little bit different, so we'll go again to the resize, and let's say the width is 5 inches and the height is 4 inches. Okay, and we'll click apply, and it resizes it. Now let's say you want to resize the shape a little bit, so you go over here to the path edit, click on the path edit, and it pulls it into the path edit window here. And let's say you want this top part a little bit flatter, so you can just click on here and pull this down, and it'll flatten it out for you. And the same thing down here if you wanted to make that a little bit flatter, or let's say you wanted this to be a little bit closer to the edge, so again you can move it in and out this way, and you can adjust the shape in the path edit to however you want it. So let's say this fits the car the way we want it, so we click apply, and it pulls it in here, and we're going to need 4 of them, so we just make a copy of it, and we'll make another copy and another copy, and again we let's go ahead and align these. So I'll click and I'll drag a box around them all, go over here to the align and space, and we'll center them and click apply, and then the space, click here and click apply, and we have those set up. So now I want to pull these into the car that I'm working on. So again, what I want to do is minimize this window, and then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to pull up a car. Now most of the older cars, we did not have the door cups and the door edges and the rockers on them, but most of your newer ones do have them. So I'm going to pick an older car here. Let's go to 2014 and SRX. And let's just pull up a standard model. And we pull it in here. And then what I'm going to do in here, I'm just going to select the patterns that we would normally do on this car all the time. So let's just go ahead and we'll select 24-inch and then say the 24-inch bumper here and the roof and pillars, headlights, and we'll select this and pull it in. And we'll hit the cut button, and what that will do is it'll pull these patterns into the window that I was working on with the door cups. So we'll click here, and then what we'll do is we will group these so that we can move them around as one, and let's just put them down here, and we'll select these and group them so that we can move them around, and we'll select this one and group it, and move it over, let's say down here, and then we'll select these and move these up. Let's group them up, move them up here, we'll group those, move them up, and then we'll group these and move them up. And again, you just go ahead and arrange them however you want. And once you get them arranged, go up here and go to Pattern, Save as My Version, and we'll click Yes. And now we'll close this window out, and we will go back up to Recent, okay, to the Cadillac SRX, and it'll ask us, do we want the private version of the pattern or the original one? So we want to use the private one, so we just click yes, and it pulls it in with the door cups and the rocker and the door edge, how we arranged it. Now if you don't want that to pull up, you can go back and click no, and it'll pull up the original pattern how it was. So that's how you can take the generic patterns that we have for the door cups and then adjust them and then save them so that you can use them the next time you pull up that vehicle.